Welcome to Linnc Paris 2023. I am Rodrigo Rivera from Santiago de Chile, and today we have a very special invite. It's Dr. Italo Linfante from Baptist Health in Miami, Florida.
Hi Rodrigo, great, it's a pleasure to be here. So much fun, amazing meeting, good stuff.
Thank you for being here. We're going to talk today about stroke. Stroke care is a very important field now in our job. So you are in charge of a trial, it's called HEMERA 1. Could you please tell us about it?
Yeah, so thank you for asking me. So stroke has evolved tremendously, as you know, in the last few years. So we have mechanical thrombectomy, they can make a huge difference, but even though we have 99% recanalization rates, we don't have 99% good outcomes. Outcomes are still like 40 to 50% because the brain suffers, so we need something else. So for the last 5 years, we've been working very hard with several scientists from Johns Hopkins, from Harvard, to develop a neuroprotective medication. So a medication that will protect the penumbra and slow down core expansion. So that by the time the patient has a stroke, to the time we open up the artery, the brain doesn't suffer much. So this compound is extremely interesting for several reasons. We know that, for instance, collateral circulation plays a major role. So patients who have good collateral circulation do very well with stroke. So what about finding a medication that opens up collateral circulation? So that's what this medication does. Also, the brain is starved of oxygen. What about a medication that can deliver oxygen to very, very small little areas of the brain? And that's what this medication does. And what about increasing blood pressure? As you deliver this drug, you do a thrombectomy, and that's what the medication does too. So it's basically an oxygen carrier. So we take the molecule hemoglobin and you attach to a little polymer. So the hemoglobin goes into the lungs, capture oxygen, and then also we'd also give carbon monoxide, which is a vasodilator. So the medication travels to the brain, delivers carbon monoxide, which opens up the collateral circulation, and delivers oxygen to very small areas of the brain, much better than red blood cell because it's very, very small. So oxygen doesn't have to transfer the red blood cell, just goes straight to the tissue for 24 hours. So great idea, does it work? So we did 5 years of preclinical data on experimental ischemia models, very tough ischemia models, and we compare several compounds, and this is the one that works the best. So went to the FDA, and the FDA approved a phase 1 clinical trial, which is called HEMERA, hemoglobin in recanalization and acute ischemic stroke. And so the trial was randomized. Some patients got placebo, some patients got the medication. And we test safety. There was a data monitor safety board, independent from us. There was a core lab, independent for us. They adjudicated all the outcomes, and HEMERA passed. So the FDA decided it's safe. So next step, we're going to extend to patients who got TNK, and then we're going to go to a phase 2b/3 trial, which is a randomized controlled trial for efficacy. So I'm very excited about that.
So this is an IV drug or it's an oral drug?
So it's an IV medication. So the patient arrives to the emergency room, gets a medication as a bolus and then as an hour infusion. And the medication lasts 24 hours. So we measure, actually, we did a very nice testing of drug levels, medication level in the patients that we give the medication, and lasts for 24 hours. So delivers oxygen for 24 hours. Among the patients, just to give a couple of examples that I'm going to discuss at Linnc, the first patient I did was a 91-year-old man with an MCA occlusion, very high stroke scale. And you say, you want to enroll a 91-year-old man in a safety trial, but it's crazy, right? But of course, he met the criteria, so we enrolled him. I did the thrombectomy myself, and the thrombectomy went very well, and the patient did fantastic. And the thing amazing that we found on MRI the day after, there's nothing. There's no stroke. So if this happens like this, we're able to change the life of thousands of millions of stroke patients.
So you're looking for better outcomes in the medium and long term, but are you also looking for an extension of the window beyond 24 hours, for example?
Of course, yes. If this medication works, the possibilities are endless. We can give it to all stroke patients. We can give it to patients in the ambulance or to an outside hospital because this medication slows down core expansion until you go to the angio suite. Maybe you can give it even for a patient. Patient can last more than 24 hours because this medication lasts 24 hours. Maybe we can repeat a second dose of the medication and basically preserve the core and not expand the core as the patient waits for thrombectomy. You know, one case I always remember, just 2 seconds, was a young girl, 20 years old, with an MCA occlusion. And she came to hospital. She basically had very minimal symptom, a little bit of facial, a little bit of hand weakness, and one occlusion, because she has these beautiful collaterals that supplies the brain. Of course, she would not last. If we maybe after 24 hours or 48 hours, the collateral would fail, she would have a massive stroke. So we recognize that she's great. But I think that's the idea of this medication, to open collateral circulation, delivers oxygen, preserve the penumbra until we go to recanalization.
Are you thinking also in measuring these collaterals, or the perfusion of the brain compared with
excellent. Yes, of course, the core lab is under Dr. Libeskin from UCLA. He's going to measure collateral circulation, he's going to measure firing for volume, and several other things on it. And of course, presence of hemorrhages. So yes, we're going to look into that.
Very amazing work, and thank you very much for what you've been doing. Thank you.